Listener discretion advised.
Fuck it. Free speech, motherfucker!
This podcast presents information based on theory and conjecture. Creator's purpose is to suggest some possible explanation, but not necessarily the only ones to the mysteries we will examine. Remember, everything that you hear from this podcast comes from sources on the internet, and remember, if it's on the internet, it should be taken with a grain of salt and judge it by your own discretion.
Something wrong with the world, the perception led you to research and ask questions, and those questions led you to answers which led you here, to this small pocket dimension in the dark corner of the multiverse. Welcome to the Of Dark Matters podcast, where we discuss topics of occult, conspiracy, paranormal, and world news. And now, your hosts, Mojo the Mad and Dr. Clutch.
Yes, we are on the air. Yes, we are. We are on the air, and the crowd loves that. Yes. No applause, just money. Welcome to the Of Dark Matters podcast. And we got a little bit of a introduction here for you. So this is our new show that we just moved over from Podbeam. And while I was going to be in character, I'll do the introduction anyway. Hark, denizens of curious ye doubters of the evident. For those perchance ought not to be pursuing such matters at the witching hour, welcome to the Of Dark Matters podcast, presented by yours truly, Mojo the Mad, and Dr. Clutch. Indeed, he's here with us right now. And yes. I am Mojo the Mad, your humble conductor through the umbral veins, crackling in ether and whatever stirs within the periphery. I, if there is very such a thing, attend now in this assembly where the paranormal doth consort, pragmatic where the occult laid bare for examination, and where designs of conspirators either brought to light or perchance compounded by their obscurity. From specters and fantastical beasts to clandestine brotherhoods and old rites, such tidings of the world can prompt ones to explain, pray cannot be. We plunge forthwith into the fathomless depths of dark matters. We pose weighty inquiries. Are we solitary in this vast expanse? I think not! Ha ha! But where do these haunted abodes suffer such lamentation from wireless fidelity? Those, whether you be a devotee or a disbeliever, a mere spectator, ensuing bedlam, prepare yourselves to remain vigilant and prepare to suffer the lamp to those remain lit. For the matters we are about to take, most particular, let the somber stains commence, or the falling of the sound of said kazoo. Where's the kazoo? I don't know, but maybe it won't be a kazoo. Oh, there it is.
There we are. There we are.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes. And the crowd doth love that one, gentle listeners. Yes, they do. They do.
Yes.
So we are live from a small dark corner in the corner of the multiverse. And I hope that all of you listening in will enjoy our show, for we are here to entertain you. We're also here to delve into mysteries from our own experiences and from our own perspectives as we delve into these secrets of today. So on our previous show that we were doing, we were on Podbeam for a numerous amount of years. Were we not, Clutch?
We were.
Yes, we were.
We were. Yes. Yep. How many years? Maybe like 2.5 years? 1.5 years? 2 years?
Longer than that. More like almost 4. We almost reached the 5th year before they decided to terminate live streaming from Podbeam. Indeed. And that was not liked by most people.
Well, actually, it's probably the thing that will foist us into the rest of the into the, I don't know, the greater marketplace of podcastery.
Podcastery, indeed.
Podcastery, yes.
Of podcastery. Yes.
Yeah, because I don't think Podbean was a particularly popular place to go. It was very, I think there's also like the Podbean people. Like,
yes.
Like there's a certain type of person that's a Podbeaner, I guess. Whereas
yes, like we
were. Yeah, we were Podbeaners, and not Mexican by any means. But
no, not putting down the Hispanic origin of those who like to consume frijoles.
Yeah,
yes, we got. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, but yeah, it just seemed like like if you were a Podbean person, like there was like I think people. I guess maybe people that were into Podbean really liked it enough because people would just sort of waltz in from out of nowhere. But and it's not, I don't know, like if you go to other sources, it seems a little more legit, I guess.
Yes.
I guess X.com is.
And we had 7,000 worldwide. Some of them could have been bots. Most people that listened in were Podbeaners themselves.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's
but that's the madness.
The Podbean podcast.
Madness. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So we have Swamp Dog with us and his lovely wife Tammy in our chat. Yes, having to start over. I remember our first show on Podbean, my friend. And as I get used to these media assets here, I'm going to go ahead and play our known ambience track.
Ooh.
Turn that down a little bit.
Just a tad.
Yes.
A solid notch. There we go.
Does this sound good? Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Yes.
Maybe a half notch lower.
Okay, let's do a little bit lower.
There we go.
There we go. There we go.
Even better. Yeah.
Yes, we have comments here. We have people listening in. And yeah, we lost, having to start over is rough. But I mean, remember our first show, we had like maybe 2 people listening in. Quite like now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, 2, you got to start somewhere. And can't be afraid of just the 2 people. It's like when you're in a band playing a show for the first time, there's only like 2 people that are listening to you, and they happen to be in the other bands that are also playing that night. And got to start somewhere.
Indeed.
That's just how it is. Yeah, I always freaked out about that. I'd go get a gig for our band back in the 90s and go play these shows, and it was like, wow, the only people going to these shows are also the other bands that are playing. And then like the bands would just play and then they would leave and not stick around to see your band. And you're like, well, shit. So being the headliner sucks if all the opening bands leave, so there's no one around to check you out. So, I think podcasting is a little friendlier than all that.
Yes,
so,
indeed.
Yeah. So, and
Swamp Dog wanted to inquire.
Yes.
Swamp Dog wanted to inquire what we were going to be talking about tonight. Lots of topics.
Batwoman.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Talk about Batwoman. Talk about Trump is Jesus. Yes, we are.
Yep.
Loves Laura Loomer. Yeah. SPLC ADI. ADL, not ADI. UFOs. We're going to be talking about UFOs. We're going to be talking about missing scientists. We're going to be talking about what's going on with this war.
Yes.
And Katy Perry's vagina, not to mention Netanyahu's ass cancer. Yeah. Tsunami.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
it's not really about Netanyahu having cancer. Cancer has Netanyahu, and I've been praying for the cancer so that it survives.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So, I mean, would you wish Netanyahu on poor little cancer? Does
No,
cancer
I would
deserve
not.
Netanyahu?
No, sir.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So why don't you go ahead and
I
take
like
it
to wish
away?
cancer on people, but
Go ahead and take it away.
take it away. Well, all right.
Just give it 1 second here. I gotta fix something real quick. We're having a little bit of clipping here.
Uh-oh. Clippery. We have clippery. So I'll take it away. Well, we're dealing with some clippery. Usually we talk about our week and what have you.
Yeah, let's talk about our week.
What? Can't hear you.
Let's talk
Sounds
about
like
the
our
week.
first smelting accident. So talking about our
Could
week.
be. Okay.
So our first smelting accident. So our week, my week was pretty damn good. I have been cleaning up my digital life, and it's been sweet as far as just getting rid of all the bloat that people collect over the years in our computers and whatnot, and offloading a lot of bloat and losing weight on my computer, let's put it that way. And water skiing yesterday was great. And if you have a good water ski morning, it feels like everything is right with the world. So that's always good. Got 3 runs in yesterday. Not so bad. How was your week, Mojo?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, my week has been basically like I've been making a lot of videos, intro, outro, AI videos. I've been trying to get this this show going, you know, trying to get it to basically work. And we've been trying to recreate the image of what people would listen to on our Podbean show. So I've been trying to do that. I've been trying to upload. But as you know, if anything's going to go wrong, it's going to. And this is being our first show. It might be a little rickety, but we're going to continue to soldier on with this show. But as you can tell, I've been working really hard on this. I've had basically just a lot of work, been really heavy with my job. And then I found out that one of my friends passed away. But on top of that, a couple other friends came and they that I haven't heard in a while. I talked to Chris Fogarty, who was a guest on our show. And then I talked to another friend of mine, Chris Pullen, who was a part of my band, and that was really nice. And then mostly just trying to relax and get stuff done around the house because it's now springtime, and you know, just trying to move on to you know, getting stuff done so I don't have to do so much, you know.
Not so bad.
Yeah. So Swamp Dog says he's into water sports, and why is Clutch? He's asking why Clutch is hiding. Why don't you tell me why Clutch is hiding?
Clutch does not want to get doxxed for saying any mean words. That's why Clutch is hiding. So, yes. That's the short answer.
Yeah. So, well, I've noticed that we're having a smelting accident with X right now. Just letting you know. X didn't work.
Yeah,
but we're figuring this out. Yeah.
It could be like a lack of followers type thing, because we were doing something. We were checking something out the other day, and like you had to have so many followers for something to work. Yeah. So YouTube is working. I've noticed that. So YouTube is and that's not a bad start. But yeah, I noticed X wasn't working, but that's okay. That is okay.
Yeah. So had that.
Shall we get into our segments here?
I'd like to. I really would like to. I'm trying to get the media assets up and running.
Assets.
assets. Yes, they don't seem to want to do anything.
their
All we
ass.
have is, yeah. Well, what we
The
have,
assets showing their ass.
yeah, our our assets are acting like ass right now. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Just keep stalling for a little bit. Let me figure this
All right.
out.
Well, we can start off with some interesting news. So I wanted to talk about this UFO researcher stuff going on, or you might have heard on the airwaves or the X waves or what have you that there's like these UFO researchers going missing under mysterious circumstances. It's not just UFO researchers; it's like physicists and like people in the military, etc. And sometimes you'll hear it's 10 or 11 or 12 that have gone missing under mysterious circumstances. And it's been interesting, but I think it's also slightly exaggerated, because I notice when I go on X.com, I don't know if it's just the shit that I'm subscribed to, but there's a lot of like, there's like every other fucking broadcast is some conspiratard shit. And maybe that's just the trend these days. Everybody wants to talk about like 9/11, JFK files, fucking Israel, Iran, the fucking global currency and the yuan versus the dollar, and Freemasons, and my favorite, the Anunnaki, and just any kind of goofy shit just keeps it coming up. So one of the goofy things that comes up, people are just like, oh shit, fucking these people are getting disappeared, right? And so I just think as part of I guess we could call this the conspiracy bloat that you find on the airwaves. And so I did a little bit of research on this, and I think the number is exaggerated as far as like the actual mysteriousness of some of these people were just kind of natural circumstances, and they're just getting lumped into the greater number of 10 and 12.
Yes.
And others are legit mysterious. So I found like some of the names of some of the, like there's a case by case breakdown, and I would say out of the names that I haven't heard so much is William Neal McCaslin. Nobody like specifically talks about this guy, but he's a retired U.S. Air Force general, and he was missing in 2026. It's still unresolved. He's from a defense background. People connect him to reverse engineering and UFO rumors.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no confirmed link to UFO programs. It's just like he's just kind of connected. But yeah, it's like he's one of the more legitimately unusual cases.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's somebody else named Rodney Marks, and he just kind of died due to methanol poisoning. So it's like a solved case. It's just kind of exotic, but he gets included because he's like in Antarctica. He's an astrophysicist working in Antarctica, and they're like, ooh, spooky, Antarctica. But like it's a resolved case, but he's just kind of rounded up into the numbers. Then there's like Philip Marshall, Don Wiley. Have you heard of these names? Vladimir Alexandrov, Steve Fawcett, James E. McDonald, Markov. And there's this one guy, Frank Olson, which I don't think it's fair to put him in this roundup because he fell from a hotel window in 1953. It's not like a recent case, but he's just like included in the number. And like, why do these people go missing? Well, that was like a long ass time ago. So I think the number is just bloat in part of the conspiracy cycle. I guess that's what's going on. The bloated conspiracy cycle. Like everybody is sort of, I suppose our show is part of the bloated conspiracy cycle, but not the way everybody else is. So, yeah. So I think everybody else is like more grifty, let's say. We're part of the griftery. And we're less a part of the griftery. We're more
I guess
part of
so.
yeah. I mean, we haven't asked you to send your money to us just yet, or so I think we're less part of the griftery.
We are.
Yeah. So when you step back, a lot of these are explained. Some of these are suicides. And there's like just only a handful that are truly unexplained. So it's like an illusion of the pattern. What do you think? What are your thoughts of these people? Do you think it's more of a big thing? Am I downplaying it or overplaying it or underplaying it? Or
I have no idea what's really going on with all of this. Some of them, they seem to be lumped in that have like passed away or suicided like a little bit later, but they all seem to be connected with like whether it be physics or like anti-gravity research or even like UFO research, right? You know, there was a researcher that recently died. I'm having an issue with his name right now, but he was added to the list too, and he was a major like
that
new
Wilcox
agey
dude.
David Wilcox, yeah, David Wilcox. Yeah. But the one that seemed the most interesting, that seemed to have like the most.
I just dark-haired chick that was kind of cute.
Yeah, Amy Eskridge. yeah, Amy Eskridge, man. Yeah, that one right there is.
Didn't you have a clip of her?
Huh? I did, but the problem is none of those assets are showing up right now.
So it schmelted on you?
It totally schmelted on me.
Schmelted in the background? Fucking athletics, dude.
Yeah.
I hate it when that happens. Well, maybe it'll pull up later.
Maybe.
She was easy on the
I'm
eyes.
still trying to figure this one out right now. Yeah, she seemed like she was a little in distress. Amy Eskridge.
Yeah, she seemed distressed, and wasn't she one of the ones talking about like almost Havana syndrome stuff?
Yeah, she was having issues. Like she was being targeted.
Direct energy weapon type stuff.
Yeah, she was being targeted supposedly. You know.
Well, did you? I found her case more compelling than other cases for sure. Yeah. But you know, when I did the research, her name didn't actually come up on the list.
That's because she didn't. Like they just kind of added her to the list just recently. But yeah, she had passed away like a little while ago, man. They found her dead with a gunshot to the head. Yeah. But there's some people, like, she never had a government contract or anything. She was just a part of this this institute that was trying to discover anti-gravity, but she had made the claim that it had been discovered like 3 times beforehand. And then it had been suppressed.
She was a part of something called Institute for Exotic Science.
Yeah.
And she would talk, she talked about anti-gravity, advanced propulsion, and breakthrough physics. So she's kind of UFO adjacent, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but she doesn't have verifiable ties to NASA or DARPA or anything like that. And,
no.
Yeah, she was. And the claim is she was about to reveal something big. Yeah, they're always about to reveal something big.
Always.
You know, if you're suicidal at all and you're thinking of jumping off a bridge, you want to draw some attention to yourself. Before you do it, just go on YouTube and say you're about to reveal something big.
Yes, indeed.
Just to fuck with people, and then take yourself out. And then people will be just like, oh shit, he was about to reveal something big. And then fucking die.
Yeah.
That's the Suicidal Tendencies song they didn't write, but we'll probably write that using Suno. Yes.
In some time, yeah.
It'll be part of Mojo's upcoming Gothic Industrial album. Yes.
Yeah.
Featuring
maybe.
cheesecake and razor blades. Something big is about to be revealed.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are great, grand
And it makes
ideas.
lions scared and they run away. Yes, that's how. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I wanted to pivot into Batwoman because there's no better time to do this than right now.
Yes.
When we talk about Batwoman. And by Batwoman, we're talking about... There's one. That's a club sandwich if I've ever heard one. So, Batwoman Ruby Rose Langenheim. You know, she was born in 86. Wow. I was doing other things, and I was discovering heavy metal in 1986. But anyway, she's an Australian actress. And did you know that in like the latest incarnation of Batwoman, Batwoman is supposed to be a lesbian person of Jewish descent. Like they specifically designed Batwoman to be that. And I don't think Ruby Rose, she's of Australian descent. And I don't think she is actually a lesbian. I think she's a straight person trying to play a lesbian in the Batwoman film. Did you see this Batwoman stuff? It was I guess it was a television series. Did you ever see it?
No.
No?
I never
Arrow
watched it. I watched Arrow. I did. I admit that I watched Arrow. I even watched a little bit of The Flash too. But every time I'd watch it, I felt like I was losing IQ points as they were trying to tell me what's going on with the city, you know, and I felt like they were talking down to me. So I just I never really like got into it, man. Like I watched a few of it, but I never really fully got into it. So by the time this was going on, I was done with it, man.
Yeah, I guess there was some shit on Twitter back in the day where there was this. She was responding to a negative reaction stating, "Where on earth did Ruby is not a lesbian, therefore she can't be Batwoman come from?" You know, straight people could be lesbians too.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard that.
That's what I've heard. I mean,
yeah.
Yes, all you have to do is lick vagina.
Yes.
But when it comes to licking vagina, I guess consent is a big deal if you're Ruby Rose. So, yeah, she used Katy Perry. Familiar with Katy Perry? Do we have some hit songs from Katy? What's your favorite Katy Perry song, Mojo? Your most favorite?
I don't know if there's one other than when I sing terribly to like what's that one song she did that made her really popular with all the urban youth of today? Roar. I say, yeah. I mean, I think I have a decent voice, but it's not the best voice. And like I sung that like totally like out of key, like totally out of key. Yeah.
I let her work with who's that Snoop Dogg rapper on California Girls. That was just brilliant. Especially Snoop Dogg's part. That was like, of all the cameo raps, yeah, that was like one of the best cameo raps. But anyhow, yeah, so I guess Ruby Rose accused our famous singer person, Katy Perry, of sexual assault in a series of posts on Threads. Threads, I guess, is that Facebook social media thing, or Zuckerberg social media thing, alleging an incident that occurred roughly 20 years ago, around 2010, in a nightclub in Melbourne, Australia. So maybe South Osmond knows about this. Maybe he was there. Maybe he saw it. But the claim was that Perry rubbed her vagina on Rose's face without consent.
Yes.
No, gosh. What would you do if Katy Perry rubbed her vagina on your face?
I don't know. It depends on the depends on the smell, sir. Depends on the smell.
It does. It
yes.
really does. You know, I find if you've been eating a lot of spicy Mexican food, and like your tongue is numb and your sense of smell is kind of sent in a habanero direction.
Yes.
Any vagina is okay at that point because you've kind of numbed out. But if you haven't numbed out with anything, then your default mode is to be a little discerning. You know, there's like some are better than others, let's say, right? So yeah. So yeah, I guess what's weird is like Rose, I think she called Katy Perry's vagina disgusting. And I was like, disgusting? Like, I mean, she's a nice looking woman. I can't imagine Katy Perry's vagina being disgusting. That might be an exaggeration, or she's not lesbian enough to really play Batwoman. I don't know.
They've been trying to push it for a while. They were making adjustments in the early 2000s, as soon as I mean, I think the woke thing had always been there, but they had been making adjustments to characters and adding new characters and turning characters gay across the board and trying to put that, make that a thing. As far as I know, the Batgirl that they are referring to is that's
Batwoman and Batgirl are totally different characters.
Batwoman, yeah, Batwoman, yeah.
Batgirl is cuter. I think Batwoman has red hair, more adult, I guess, or more at least 10 years older than Batgirl, maybe 15 or 20 years older than Batgirl.
I don't know.
Batgirl's supposed to be permanently 18, no older than 23.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, whereas I think Batwoman could be 39 and holding, more of a cougar. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, Swamp Dog's a lesbian.
Swamp Dog is a lesbian? Has he always been a lesbian, or just this week?
So what he's asking in our chat is, for Dr. Clutch, do you like sexy feet?
I think cute feet are a thing, but I don't find feet sexy. I'm not gonna suck a woman's big toe or anything. So I don't find feet sexy, but I can see feet being cute. The same way that, I don't know, things that are small are cute, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about as far as I get with feet. I could never, I don't think I'm not a foot fetishist by any means.
Yes,
I have,
indeed.
although I do know of a guy that said that always maintained that he was a foot fetishist.
Yes.
And I was like, well, I guess you're special if you're a foot fetishist. I don't know. I thought that was kind of mildly interesting, but I would not consider myself to be a foot fetishist. Plus, there's a lot of goofy shit that happens to feet as far as keeping them clean and smelling nice. It might be a bit of a challenge. You know, if you wear socks all day and you take your socks off, you know, they might have malodorous feet. I don't know. So anyhow,
sounds like we lost some things. Yeah, there we go. Well, now I got all our assets. Ha ha! Yeah.
Well, you found the assets. Did you want to play that that Amy Eskridge thing?
Well, it's acting really strange, man. I'd love to, but it only gives me half the assets. Every time I mess with it, it starts to do clipping, and it's getting weird. I'm gonna try to let it calm down for a little while. Yeah. Go ahead, keep talking.
All right. Well, yeah. So I don't know. I just think, yeah. I think Ruby Rose might be exaggerating about the condition of Katy Perry's vagina, but Katy Perry is Catholic, and you know how Catholics are prone to sexual assault. So I could definitely see, you know, Katy Perry attacking a woman with her vagina. I
you could
see it happening. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it is kind of weird. I think have you ever like met a woman that sort of grab your head and like put your face in her boobs or anything like that? Has a woman ever done anything? Yeah.
Yeah, plenty of times.
So that's like one thing, but I think it'd be quite another to just grab somebody's head and force it onto their vagina. You know, like
I don't know. I kind of think both of these people are really like terrible people. Like, I mean, it's a funny story to watch Katy Perry like end up like falling, but for the most part, like I don't really like either one of them. I never thought that Ruby Rose was that great. She never did anything, and I think to me it feels like attention.
Attention.
Like somebody, they want attention.
Huh. Well, that's sad. And I guess we've given them plenty of attention on our show.
What's really interesting is because of all of this, the Australian police started like taking it seriously, I guess. Finally. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Out for Katy Perry's she going to be held for questioning when she goes to Australia to tour?
I don't know.
Are they going to prohibit Snoop Dogg from doing the cameo?
I have no idea what's going on.
California Girls.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on, man.
Huh.
I all I know is what they tell us, and I'm just telling you, like, I don't think either one of them are very good people, and I think both of them, whether it be good press or bad press, will use this to try to just get more attention. Yeah.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Yeah. So, did you hear about the anti-Semitic bees in Israel?
No.
Yeah.
Do tell.
You didn't hear about that? No. So, and this was actually, this news is a little bit dated, but it was exciting when it happened. So this was like from last week.
Mm-hmm.
But there was like bee swarms. It descended on Israel and was like making it difficult for airplanes to take off and land, or what? To take off. Like there would just be like a swarm of bees fucking up like an airplane.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting, but I don't know why. What's so attractive in Israel for bees to be drawn to Israel, like other than weather manipulation? Did you hear, for example, speaking of weather manipulation, apparently there's a lot of cloud seeding that goes on in the Middle East to make sure like those Gulf states get some rain, because like they're trying to have people in the Gulf states, and if there's like no rain at all, it's going to be like kind of miserable. Plus they need it for just water. They don't want to have like too much of a drought going on. So I guess there's cloud seeding. And apparently the theory is, I heard this from, what's his name, Ryan Matata or whatever, that dude on X. He was saying that Iran had taken out some of the cloud seeding apparatus. And now as a result, like Iran is getting like a lot of rain and snow. There's like snow in the mountains in Iran now. Which they haven't had snow for like 20 years or something. So I wonder if that is somewhat related. So it's like if you take out if you're taking out weather modification stuff, was any of that like, are bees just kind of part of the fallout of like, because bees are kind of environmentally dependent, like if you have bees or don't have bees, it's kind of a matter of what's going on with the weather and environment, Mm-hmm. So if you're fucking with the environment with cloud seeding apparatus, and then you have a new weather conditions, and then you subtract all of that, and you revert to, like the ecosystem's trying to balance itself again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's my theory as to why the bees found Israel.
Well, here's a clip of it.
Whoops.
Yes. There you go.
It's also weird, like in the movie Begonia,
Yeah.
It's like the bees were like kind of the part of the introduction of the movie or the beginning of the movie. They're kind of a theme throughout the movie, like and how it was very important. Like, hey, like aliens are fucking with bees, and like yeah. So, will the bees take their revenge if given the chance? You know what I mean?
Hard to say. Hard to say.
Hard to say.
But I mean, if anything deserves revenge, it's kind of what we've done to the bees. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, true.
Yeah.
We have been kind of. I heard once so what's that hot sauce? Sriracha. There's a big sriracha factory in Los Angeles, and it was causing enough environmental damage to like it was affecting the bees. And like the bee, like I think it was either the color of the bees or the color of their hives or maybe even the color of the honey. It was like getting this weird reddish hue. I think it was like the color of the bees. Like the bees were turning red due to this potency of the sriracha factory in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
But yeah, bees.
Well,
are,
there's something I'd like to talk about if you don't mind.
Sure.
Okay, so basically I found a way to get our media assets back for our show, so I'm just going to go ahead and go into this one.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of World News.
So we are back. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So I was watching TV the other day.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't have regular cable or nothing like that. We have just internet. We do streaming, and you know, we have Samsung Plus or whatever like free channel, TV channel they have on television, right? And as I was looking at the ads briefly, this cartoon came on. And to see what y'all think about this. This is a Washington State long COVID commercial.
You got shortness of breath, chest pains, and a cough. Little things wipe you out, you can't shake it off. It might be long COVID. You got chills, brain fog, depression, fever, can't smell or taste. Could be long COVID. One more time. No.
Yeah. So there's that one.
That was cute. Yeah.
So like, we already know that they released this, and this was done by our own Institute of Virology, and then you want to kind of rub it in our face that like that there's long COVID out there, or are you just trying to give us sort of a premonition of what's going to be coming? Who knows? But like, you infected us all with this genetically altered Frankenstein disease, and then you do the almost awesome thing, which is to play videos, right?
Make
with
it a cartoon.
Make it a cartoon. Make it happy.
Why does the long
Huh?
COVID look like a big ass sperm floating around?
I don't know, because maybe that's the case. There's one from Arizona. Here you go.
Follow Super Vaccine and the misadventures of Long COVID, along with his foul friends. He's always with fatigue, dizziness, Mr. Difficulty breathing, and there's brain fog creeping around.
Yeah. So
I gotta say that was kind of gay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was retarded.
I mean, you're just kind of keeping it going, right?
Huh.
You know, and like even
Yeah,
if I was to get long COVID, would I get paid for doing so? Probably not. Probably not. You know. Oh well.
Yeah, it's a little goofy.
So I just think it's like, screw you for putting this out here, and now we have to be reminded of how this is still around. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so these are recent cartoons. These are
yeah. Oh yeah.
Really? Like as of like a couple of weeks recent. Like they're
as of a couple of weeks recent. Yeah.
Huh? They're just saying this shit's still around. You know, I actually had I went to a concert with a friend a couple of weeks ago, and the next day he was all like, "Dude, I think I got COVID," and I was like, "No, you don't." Are you sure? How would you know? Like, how would you know? Like, you still have COVID tests to check that out? Like,
yeah.
It's like I was like, I just thought that was a weird thing for him to say. Maybe he did have COVID, but I think he's over it now. So if he's over it already, it would actually be short COVID. Because I think the original COVID was kind of long. Although the you could milk regular length COVID to long COVID the way the amount of time you could take off for work.
Yeah.
Like some jobs are just like, hey, you get a free 2 weeks paid time off if you have COVID. And they were just like making that company policy. I actually milked one of my previous jobs for that, and that was very nice. Yeah, I got
COVID, and it was during the pandemic bullshit. And then almost a week into it, about halfway through, is when they said everyone has to go back to work. Don't worry about it. So I went to work.
So you went to work with COVID.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. I was sweating, and it was awesome. You know, a true test of endurance. In fact, yes.
That sucks. Yeah, COVID was like not fun at all. It was definitely a different kind of shit flu.
It wasn't any difference than monkeypox.
Does anybody you know have monkeypox?
No.
No.
Nobody I know.
You know, one of the things you've been sending me messages about off and on this week was one of our favorite topics about how the like who are the real Nazis and who are the real KKK people.
Yeah.
And I guess there used to be that meme like the Democrats are the real racists and Jews are the real Nazis, etc. But it turns out it looks like there's some truth to this as far as the SPLC and kind of the ADL as well are concerned.
Yeah.
And of course, this is hitting the X cycle, or the X.com cycle, quite a bit. But yeah, it does look like SPLC has been like funding racism or extreme racism, as it were, like burning swastikas and KKK hats and stuff.
Every poo-poo is pee-pee time.
Yeah.
But not every pee-pee is poo-poo time. Huh?
Yep.
Ever think about that one, Mr. Batman? Huh?
Indeed. Yes.
Indeed. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know what else there is to say about it other than like, there it is. I think. Well, here's the other goofy thing. You know, like a lot of New Age, and I don't think this is like a detail that not everybody's really covering. A lot of New Age type people go on and on about like the law of attraction. It's like whatever you're thinking about, that's what's going to come back to you, right? And like if you're focused on hate, you're just going to get hate. And it's to the point where like, you know, I don't really believe in the law of attraction, but here we are, and like the SPLC and ADL just kind of proved it. Like they're like to manufacture their own hate to keep themselves alive is like what they've done, because they like created their own feedback loop, you know. I guess that's what the law of attraction really is. It's like if you create the feedback loop, it'll happen, and that's more or less what they've done. And so they've, if anybody, and where are happy New Agers like Bashar now talking about this? Like, they're not going to say anything because they'll be accused of being anti-Semiticists.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, yeah, I mean, if you say, oh, look what happened to the SPLC, they like focused on hate so bad they had to manufacture hate. You know, I mean,
well, they
totally
did it both sides. They played both sides. They played.
Yeah.
What they didn't want to mention right away is, I mean, they were funding like Antifa and militant, probably BLM stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
They were funding both left and right. They wanted division, right?
Yeah.
They needed
Kind of
division.
what the CIA does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But on overdrive.
Kind of, yeah. Kind of what our military doctrine's all about now. Yeah, it's getting weird. But
very weird.
Yeah, it's just the whole playing both sides is it's more than that. It's more like creating your own feedback loop just to fuck with people. Is what it is. So people are like living in like some bizarre reality of like, oh, I guess the hate is real, but it's not really real. It's manufactured.
Definitely.
And you're like, oh, so it's astroturf, and it's like astroturfing hate, I guess. By creating a feedback loop.
Well, this was done during the Obama years too. Like when he wanted to amplify like chaos or whatnot, or like make it look like there was more white supremacists than not. I mean, the whole Charlottesville thing, right? Remember the big deal about Charlottesville and Obama
that was
and
during
Biden?
Trump, or was that Obama?
That was Obama. That was that was
That
end of
was
Obama.
Unite the Right.
Yeah.
Unite the Right. That was during Obama. Okay. Yeah, I guess it was latter day Obama, or that was a Trump thing. Unite the Right. You know, it was so long ago.
It's been a minute. Yeah.
I think it was early Trump.
Swamp Dog says they funded him, and look who made it. Boundless Authenticity. Jahan's here. Hello, Jahan. Welcome.
Hello,
I'm going to be on his show, by the way. It's going to be a pre-recorded show, but I'll be on his show soon. He's going to give me an interview tomorrow. Yeah. Welcome. Yeah, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. In my opinion, everything is leading to this war with Iran. And in order for none of us to be able to get along, they devised a plan, and we'll just, they're Zionists, right? They devised a plan basically to divide us all by politics. Now, everybody has I think to a certain degree has a fair share of conservative values to more liberal values if they're a normal person. They tend to integrate them both. But to be able to divide everybody by emotion and by like, oh, look, I mean, this is back when I was slightly liberal and this stuff was happening. Like, I even felt it back then too. I mean, but you could also amplify it with TV shows at the time, like The Daily Show and its offshoots and,
Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely like TV shows like.
But there's really no different. There's really no difference though between politicians and the idea of the right left paradigm, right? Like there is no. I mean, they're both controlled by the same Hydra, right? I mean.
Right. I actually want to hear something spooky I heard.
Go ahead, please.
Go ahead. This is interesting. As far as like things being manufactured, so they were going to pass like this. Congress was like going to vote on limiting Trump's wartime powers in this Iran debacle, right? Mm-hmm. And what happened was like 4 Republicans voted in favor of restraining Trump, and so it looks like. Aha, we've got some Republican defectors that are going to like fuck up Trump. But because that happened, like I think it was one Democrat decided, no, we have to make sure that the Republicans actually look bad here and get their way. So one Democrat decided to defect and side with the Republicans to where like it was down to just one vote where Trump was not going to be restrained, and so it's business as usual now with the Iran shenanigans. And but the manufacturing is like kind of like the Democrats really wanted like the Republicans to fall on their faces with this, to where they're just like, it's worth all this pain and war to keep this going.
Well, it's
so
both
that we get a
AIPAC,
little
though.
more political, so we
You
get
want-
more
you're
political
thinking-
power the next cycle.
But you're thinking of this like a side. There is no side. There is no spoon, bro. Both sides are corrupt. They're both controlled by AIPAC. Both sides. And if
Well,
you
right,
think
but-
that
but
there's
they
a drama going on that has to do with oh, the Republicans are doing this and we're going to do something sinister to fuck them up. It has nothing to do with that. It's everyone is in the pockets of AIPAC.
Yeah, it seemed like it was going to go in that direction, but you have like some defectors, and the Democrats just made sure that like that the AIPAC thing is going to get its way.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
So-
I don't. No, Swamp Dog. I don't want anyone to have nuclear weapons. I'm anti-war, but I don't like going to war for another country that seems to have a lot of influence over our government. Sorry. And I believe that this is America, and we should have free speech and the ability for us to be able to talk and speak freely. And every faction that has been created for some reason has its connections with this divide, and that divide has been created by those who fund both sides of the political agenda, the
What was
politicians.
Swamp Dog's comment? What was he asking?
Well, he's assuming that we want Iran to have nuclear weapons.
I think Iran's going to get nuclear weapons when all is said and done.
Well,
So,
I don't know. I don't know what's
weren't
going
going
on to
to.
tell you the truth. Like
They
all I
weren't
know,
going to, but now they have no reason not to
yeah,
because of
Yeah.
the interference. Because it seemed like we had everything going, and actually that's like another conspiracy theory. Is technically, the conspiracy theory is let Iran have nuclear weapons. It will just fuck up that region further, and America can maintain hegemony by having the Strait of Hormuz fucked. Because it kind of
it works out in a way. It works out in a way.
renders Europe and China irrelevant if Iran is kind of disabled but has nukes. So you have a weird fucked up region going on, and people are starting to buy oil from the US because like a third of like the energy supply is fucked because Iran fucked it all. So that is one angle, but I don't know.
Well, I think it's for a greater Israel. Pax Jerusalem is what they want to do.
Pax Judaica.
Judaica, yeah. That's what I think they want to do. And I think that in order to take out either way, Israel, like, okay, if we get kicked out, all of our bases destroyed, they're still gonna try to take over. Either way, I think they're still gonna have control of CENTCOM. I do. And yeah, they've been talking about it for years, man. It's no different than the talk like of weapons of mass destruction or chemical weapons in Iran. Keep talking there, Clutch. I got a little bit of clipping. I got to go fix something real quick. Okay.
Sounds like you're schmeltery. Yeah. So, anyway, yeah. So that all started with the SPLC and KKK connection, I guess, as it were. Yeah. So it seems like people are creating their own feedback loops to fuck with things, and they get what they put out there, which
Yeah.
is, it's just weird because it validates New Age theory. And it's like, because I really kind of don't take law of attraction and New Age theory that seriously. Like, I think like there's more of a law of like, if you keep, like, I believe like the law is like more is more. Like, if you keep doing something, you eventually get good at it.
Yeah.
But that has nothing to do with the attraction. But maybe the attraction thing, maybe there's something, you know, maybe it's
I believe
revisiting.
if you like, I believe sort of like a law of attraction of not giving a crap. The more you stop caring about like what you don't have and you're grateful for what you have, then everything seems to fall into place. That's how I feel. That's how it's always been, you know? Much like this show where we started from nothing when we began on Podbeam and then later moved here and we have to start over again. You know, it's really not that big of a deal, you know? You build it, people come, that kind of a thing, you know?
Yeah,
And,
yeah, there's
you know,
something to that.
Yeah, the more I stopped caring about what I didn't have or how lonely I was, the more it came into my life. You know? And I think that's where people get it wrong. Like they when it comes to the new agey idea of the, you know, the secret, or like, you know, thinking of things that you are already in the future, or building up diagrams. I mean, that may work for some, but for me, it's always worked with just being one and balanced and being grateful for what I have. So, yeah. Sorry.
Being one.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
I
a
am.
lot of what I learned from Buddhism, I got from Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls. Yes.
Oh, nice. That's good.
Great.
Hell
Fantastic
yeah.
movie.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so are we, we're at the hour one here. This is usually about the point where we take a break. Do you have some slick
I do not.
break?
I have
You do
no
not?
breaks. No, I
No
don't.
breaks. So no breaks
Yeah.
and no breaks.
No breaks. If you have to
so we
step
keep
away, you got to step
rolling.
away.
No,
No,
I
we
was
just
just
keep
wondering
rolling.
if it was happening, because usually you're just like, oh, I think it's time for a break. So this
No,
is
I've been
break
pretty
with stuff.
engaged with like what's going on with like when we went live. All right.
Okay.
When we went live, like all of our assets would freeze up. Normally we would have this like little bar here that would let me scroll through everything we had. It wasn't showing up. And there was all these like little schmelting like accidents happening on the air that weren't letting me do what I wanted to do. And you know, I mean, it's our first show. You know, we'll figure this out as it goes along. But yeah, we weren't getting any access to any of our sounds. And then I was attempting, like while you were talking, I was attempting to see if I can figure out the resolution, to see if I can make those adjustments, to see if I can get it all into one, you know, up on the screen here in the studio. And
we learn as we go. Yes.
we learn as we go. Yeah, that's how it goes here. And that's what the audience thinks too. We lost all of our sounds. We did. And like magic, they all came back. They certainly did. Yeah. Yeah.
So you've been tracking this, the other world war going on between, I think they call her Larry Loomer and Candace Owens.
No. I mean,
Oh, it's
I don't.
been fascinating. Yes.
Has it been?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess her name is Laura Loomer. Yes. Trollface Laura Loomer is really just like been like coming unglued about Candace. Actually, Trump hates Candace too. He's like just going on and on and on about like how Candace isn't MAGA and all kinds of stuff. It's very weird, like how it's like how they're singling out poor little Candace Owens, you know. Like and the venom and vitriol and hatred they're projecting at Candace, it's kind of weird. It's to the point where, like, I guess Candace is a public figure, but I'm wondering if at some point she can sue for defamation. Is it really fair?
I don't think you can sue for defamation. The only time you can sue for defamation is when they actually say something like untrue about you. Okay. And criticism isn't necessarily untruth, it's just opinion. Right?
Yeah, it's just so
Like-
weird. Like if the president was like breathing down our necks, saying like we're like the devil or whatever, like I mean, it's a lot of attention from the sitting president, you know. To and again, it's here we are with like law of attraction. It's like, well, naturally, I have to subscribe to Candace Owens. Because fucking hey, like. I mean, the fastest way for me to pay attention to something is for you to tell me how shitty it is or something. And it's like, oh, I must, you know, let's see what this is. And actually, I know Candace is Christian, and I'm generally anti-Christian, but like she's like one of those exceptions where she's worth listening to. I think it's just and she's kind of like okay. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
What I was gonna say is like, you know, I personally think that like, if you're gonna be America first, you gotta be America first, okay? By taking on people like, what is his name? Is it Levine, right? And like Shapiro, and some of these people, they're not America first. They're Israel first.
Yeah.
Now I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I really don't. But I mean, a lot of things, with the exception of the SPLC thing that you just were commenting on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm the kind of person that if someone's doing stuff that I don't like, that I'll criticize that. If they're doing stuff that I applaud, like say the SPLC going after them, then I'll applaud that. Right, but so far, when you raise up a country like Israel, right, and they're not even an ally on paper, all right. If you look up what CENTCOM is all about, and all of our allies that are involved with Central Command or military for defense, Israel's not on that list. Okay, so. To me, it seems like a focus on making and helping them establish this greater thing. And maybe the goal is to have Israel take over the entire Middle East and take control of it and us to pull out of it.
It really sounds that way. It really sounds that's like the American agenda. And actually,
but
you know,
see, like, like you screwed up on a lot of things, man. It started off real good. You know, I thought, you know, when it came down to closing the border, I'll applaud that. And I'll definitely I'll give some applause right to the I'll give applause right to
keeping men out of women's beach volleyball.
Yeah, there you go. You got that one.
Yeah.
But like the main thing here, man, is it doesn't when we're doing whatever, like. The first one was Venezuela, and that was, at first I was a little upset about that one. I'm like, you know, but we handled it, I guess. But like,
I don't think we didn't really know what was going on. I mean, we
didn't know what was going on. No.
He basically, not only did he break international law, he went against like traditional U.S. military doctrines. I think, as far as basically.
The Monroe Doctrine of the United States basically says that all of our neighbors have to be at least friendly to us. Okay, so he was using the Monroe Doctrine there, but I mean, to say that you're going after drug dealers and drug, I mean that turned out to be false, right? Really, we were going after the resources. Yeah, we're going over the resources so that we could build up. You know, just in case the Strait of Hormuz was closed, which it is now, that we would still have resources while the strait is closed. Okay. Yeah. And like, I understand that it's in every nation, in every empire, like they take land, they go to war. I get that. Right. But we were also promised no new wars.
Yeah.
No more new conflicts. Right.
Yeah,
and then
it was kind of a dirty, underhanded thing for him to do, really, because he didn't really say he was going to do it. It wasn't part of his campaign or anything. Nobody said we're going to fuck up Venezuela real fast and no one will notice. I mean,
Yeah,
'cause
really,
that's kind of what
Slumdog,
happened.
yeah.
It's just like, we're just going to do this real quick and no one will know.
I don't know if it's true that we're running out of munitions. I know we gave a lot of munitions over to Ukraine, right?
And Israel.
And Israel, right? We gave a lot of that over there. And there's a lot of talk from, you know, retired military guys and generals that say we don't have enough Patriot missiles. We don't have enough anything to do anything, really. But I don't know. I mean, I'm hearing that narrative a lot from one side. And a lot of that side appears to be anti-war and very critical, right? I've always been anti-war, man. I am anti-war myself. I don't believe that we need to take over, but I also know that peace is fragile, right? Like it's a fragile thing. Yeah. Yeah, but does it have to be always wars?
Does it have to always be always wars? I think, you know, I think
we went to
what the mission statement is anymore.
We went to
A lot of it-
Afghanistan on a lie. We went into Iraq over a lie. All right, both of them were lies, and we and our service member came back. There are people that I know that know people that died. You know, and I guess that's the price of war. People die, right? I don't know, man. I mean, what I'm hearing is like black swan shit. That's what I'm hearing from a lot of people. Like, the cause of this conflict is going to pretty much destroy the American empire. So for those that are talking about us being a superpower, pretty soon we're probably going to be sharing a multipolar world right now. And that's what's coming.
Within generations, I think like Generation X, we're like the last beneficiaries. I don't know. As far as like post World War II world order, like we're the last generation to really benefit from it. I think from millennials to Gen Z on out, there'll be fewer and fewer benefits from the post World War II order.
Yeah.
And I think,
I mean, like going back to Trump, like you fucked up on the Epstein files. You told us you based your whole campaign that you were going to release those files, and then you sat up in front of Congress with Pan Bondi, who's now gone, which is good, and like you told us we cared more about the Dow than our children being used in an intelligence operation and being molested.
Dow was over 50,000. Yep. Yep. Your index
All empires fall. All empires fall. And there's the deliberate attempt to try to do so. I hope America doesn't fall. I don't. I want us all to do well. I want to know.
Probably become
but I mean,
a pariah at some point.
Do we really know what's going on? We don't. We only know what the news is telling us, right? Like we only know what different factions are telling us, right? We don't really know. You know, I think it's strategically, if you were going to try to put China in their place, right? Like you would block the strait, right? Because like if you look at the tankers and where they're going straight up to the Gulf of America, right? A lot of those tankers are diverting their way around, and so basically what I think is going to happen, and you know, hate it or love war as it is, I think what's going to happen is we're going to make a lot of money off oil. Yeah.
We could. I think it'll be weird because gas prices right now are pretty Talmudic, and you know, it's like, when do we make our money off oil? Like when we make money off oil, will I be paying less, or will I have more money in the bank to pay the higher prices? You know what I mean? Like if it's going to be $7 a gallon by September or whatever, am I going to have enough to keep?
Well, as you heard it, short-term pain for long-term gain.
Right.
Remember that? Remember when you heard that like a bunch of times? Short-term pain for long-term gain. Yeah. 2 weeks to flatten the curve.
Yeah, yeah. And actually, did you hear that Trump was saying he would have won Vietnam so fast. Did you hear that?
Well, I mean, that's another false flag there.
No, but I mean, that's what he said. He said if he was if he had been running the show, he would have won Vietnam so fast. He would. It wouldn't have been the clusterfuck that it was.
Yeah.
He was also saying that if he was Jesus, he never would have been crucified.
So we're going into this one right now. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah. So
Go
I
ahead.
don't know. Trump could be Jesus. Yeah. What do you think? Is Trump Jesus, or is he a doctor? Is he Dr. Jesus?
I don't know. I know there was a deliberate attempt to try to deify him, though. If you look closer, well, it started with the QAnon conspiracy. They attempted to kind of turn him into like a messiah figure during that, like
the God Emperor Trump. Do you remember the memes?
That was a joke. Yeah, I remember that. I was all about it. Yeah. Trust me.
Back in the days. Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, and then I
agree. It's not as high as the Biden years yet, but I mean, if you go to some places like where I live or California, like
what do you think of?
Go ahead. I was gonna mention
Paula White saying that Trump is kind of Jesus.
I don't like charismatic religious figures. I don't believe in tongues. I think she has a very shady history.
What about her sleeves though? They're wizard sleeves.
I've never really thought of it, but when she starts speaking in tongues or talking about how we're gonna, I mean,
I think it matters what kind of blouse or dress she's wearing and if those sleeves are really flamboyant, like wizards sleeves.
Well, I know she's become the White House chaplain.
Yeah.
And she altered rules to become that advisor. Did you know that? So
I didn't know she altered rules. What rules did she alter?
Basically does. She can make policy decisions. And she can establish a line of succession with her son to become the next chaplain. Yeah. It's my governor. I agree. The state of Washington has shut out all conservative in their Congress here, in our Congress here in the state of Washington. They basically shut out all voices that have to do with a conservative voice here. And the prices that are here is based on a gas tax. Okay, that gas tax is now able to be risen or lowered at any time, but mostly they wanted to keep it going during the early part of the second term of Donald Trump, so that it looked like that the gas prices weren't going down. So yeah, that's Ferguson. That's what's going on here. There's a lot of corruption here in the state of California with gas. Yeah.
So were you responding to a comment or something?
Yeah, I was responding to the comment. Yeah, sorry.
No.
Go ahead, Dr.
So back to wizard sleeves. She, I guess she did rise through traditional seminary or denominational ranks, but she was a more all charisma, and she has a redemption story. You want to hear about a redemption story?
Sure. Tell me about the death cult redemption story, please.
Typical childhood, early struggles, and a religious conversion experience. So, let's. Actually, I want to find out more about her redemption story. 1 second here. Let me look this up. Let's find out. Chotomate kudasai. So, she went from brokenness to purpose. That is her testimony. And so she had a chaotic childhood. Born in Mississippi, raised in tough circumstances. Her parents divorced when she was young. Her father died by suicide. She frames this as growing up with instability, trauma, and lack of direction. She had teenage struggles. Don't we all have teenage struggles? She was rebellious and searching for identity. She was smoking pot and drinking Old English 800. She married young in her late teens, became a mother early while drinking Old drinking Old English 800. And her telling the period is about being off track and spiritually lost, consuming Old English 800. Not necessarily criminal or extreme, but drifting. She was drifting into more Old E, and occasionally just the regular 40-ounce Budweisers.
Yes.
Yes. But then she encountered evangelical Christianity, accepted Jesus in a personal, emotional way, committed to a radically different life, and this framed her as a clear before-after moment. So there's the pre-Jesus, post-Jesus. You know, I've had this experience in my own digital life where I decided one external drive is going to be the one source of truth, and all other external drives are nothing but parallel realities. So there's before and after moment. Yes. So then she immersed herself in church life, began studying the Bible informally through seminary.
Just getting louder and louder. It doesn't stop, does it?
No, it doesn't stop. Then she became involved in ministry work. She portrays this phase as God rebuilding her life step by step. And then from participant, she became a leader. She met Randy White, her second husband and ministry partner. She co-founded a church that grew into a mega church, like Megadeth, grew out of Metallica, transitioned into preaching, and then national TV. And then she was saying she wasn't just saved, she was saved for a purpose. And that purpose is to wear things.
Wizard sleeves.
Wizard sleeves. Wizard sleeves, speaking in tongues, crawling around on the floor, exercising people. You know, I'm wondering when, like, Richie the Barber gets further into the spotlight in Christendom. He's just, is he shy or something? You wouldn't think he was shy with all those face tattoos. But, you know, I think I don't know. There needs to be more of a Christendom powwow where all these stars meet up, you know, and there should be a meet and greet. That's what we should put together, Mojo. We should have a Christendom meet and greet. If you're anybody who's anybody in the world of Christianity, and you're particularly interesting, we should put you all in a room together and just like see what happens, you know.
I don't mind having a conversation with anybody as long as it can be civil, even if they disagree.
I just want them all in the same room. I just want I want like Richie the Barber and Paula White and I don't know, Nick Fuentes, he's Catholic, put him in the room. Who else? Who's that other Catholic guy? E. Michael Jones, we could put him in the room. Who else is super religious and annoying? Just anybody just kind of interesting and just kind of weird. You know, like there's always these people out there that just seem that they've got like the narrative, you know, like they're like, you're not Christian in the way that I'm Christian. You got to get more how I'm at, and then things will be right, right?
Well, yeah, man, but I met good Christians that weren't charismatic. I got no problem with Christians. I really don't. I mean, if they want to believe, as long as they're not like the Zionist death cult people, then, you know.
Yeah, that's the intriguing thing about Richie the Barber is I have yet to hear him get into Zionist death cultery. He's just more about like Jesus will help you quit drinking, you know.
Yeah.
But he won't help you get fewer tattoos. He'll get you
really
tattoos.
What it's about, man, is like, I mean, if a lot of Christians don't follow like the New Testament, a lot of them like claim and make they'll say different things from the Old Testament, especially when it deals with like from our politicians dealing with the, you know, state of Israel. But for the most part, like when it comes to Christ, right, like as a figure, whether he was real or not, right, who he was and how he was written in the Bible in a lot of ways was sort of rebellious towards like the state, towards like the idea of the organized like control factor of religion. And in a lot of ways, he would have been sort of, if he was around today, he would have been kind of a new agey, like guru type, right?
Like Bashar.
Yeah, like a little bit like that. Yeah, and you know, like a lot of people, they don't want to follow the steps that Yeshua is put out before them. They want to follow
Yeshua.
Yeah, they want to, which is they want to follow the steps of like, you know, what everyone else is thinking about their translation of what it is. But the people that I've talked to who are real, like who deeply believe in their faith, they don't need to argue about what they like push that onto you. Right? They just believe what they believe, and they'll tell you that perspective.
They don't need you to believe it too.
No.
Like,
and that's
the weird thing is like how a lot of it just need you to believe something. Like I need, like Mojo, you need to believe in Jesus. I need you to need to believe in Jesus.
Because I need to believe that he's real. Yeah.
And if you don't start believing he's real, it's going to affect my life in a negative way. So you gotta believe. Yeah. So we see the same thing with like, we need you to bless Israel right now. You must, like, you don't have to believe in Jesus, but damn it, you better bless Israel.
It's like praying for. It's like Christy. It's like Christy Noam wanting us to pray for his husband's C-cup tits.
Haven't we prayed about his? Let's pray for his C-cup tits right now, and we'll pray for cancer.
Okay, let's pray for cancer.
Okay. So.
All right. So for all those that are here, we're gonna do a little prayer here.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah. So.
Dear cancer, who is currently dealing with Netanyahu, find the strength to overcome
his ass cancer, his colon cancer,
and get Netanyahu out of your cancer lifestyle so that you can thrive. Thrive, cancer, thrive.
Thrive, cancer, thrive. And please,
held back by Netanyahu.
Please, by all that's holy, help Christy Noam's husband, and just pray for his C-cup tits. Just pray for those C-cup tits.
That he becomes the milk-filled minotaur of Christy Noam's dreams.
Yes.
The big-titted, milk-filled minotaur.
Yeah, may the lactation overfill with cups and plenty, and may it be shared like the fish in the sea. Indeed.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we got that prayer out of the way.
So Swamp Dog,
so
you don't believe in Jesus? He's asking. It's not my spirituality, no. I've read religious doctrines from other like religions, but personally, he's not my Lord, and I bow to no one. You know, I bow to no. I stand with my ancestors and my gods. I don't need to believe in an organized religion for myself. I've tried it. It didn't work for me. I prayed and they never answered. So
they never answered.
No.
Huh. I hate it when they never answer.
Never answered.
It is kind of goofy how they never really answer. Like if you like for example, if like you just like said, like if I say like, "Hey Jesus," and like notice like Jesus didn't like say anything right now, or if I say, "Hey Odin,"
Odin will come.
Didn't say anything.
Odin will come. Odin will come.
Odin will come. He does.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He does.
Oh,
he does
yeah.
arrive. Okay.
Yes, he does.
Well, I mean, I didn't hear Odin's voice or Jesus' voice just now. Like nothing. Maybe because I'm wearing AirPods.
Well, maybe you're not. You're not looking for it, but like that's what happened to me.
Is he under the bed? I'm sitting.
No.
Is he in my closet? Is he outside? Is he in my car?
More than likely, he's outside. But I mean, there's signs and symbols of everything around us, man. You just have to like open
guess
your
so.
eyes, right? I'm not asking you to believe in what I believe in. That's been my experience, right?
You don't need me to believe. I need you to believe in Odin, Dr. Clutch. He is there. I need you to. You must believe in Odin. I do believe in Odin. I really do.
Do I? Swamp Dog is asking. We might as well just like put a link in the chat and have him come up here and we can talk to him for a minute after we get done with what we're doing, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. No, I don't believe that God's an alien. I believe that like whatever the creator may be, it's something that encompasses everything that's alive and everything that existed and everything that permeates all things. But I also believe that I believe in this idea of the concept of looks like we're slowing down a little bit. What's going on here? Okay.
Slowing down.
I believe that I believe that the creator is also destroyer. It's one and the same.
Oh.
And I believe you can tap into like the middle path or say the left-hand path or right path, but a majority is one thing, and that it was created at all. Now, is this thing
You're
like
kind of into like kind of an ultimate monad creator type thing, a singularity? You say?
Yeah,
Okay.
That's what I believe in. Yeah, I don't know about a demiurge. I've never run into a demiurge. I've heard of other people that have met the uncaring
demiurge.
God. Yeah, the demiurge, but I've never run into that. No.
Well, the demiurge is supposed to be Yahweh, if you're a Gnostic.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the Gnostics say about Yahweh.
Yeah.
Fascinating indeed. Fascinating indeed. So, other things in the news. I've been kind of concerned about the U.S. military doctrine.
Okay.
And it's kind of freaking me out. So, for example, you notice like we're like bombing like schools and universities and hospitals now, kind of the similar thing that like Israel does. Like we're kind of like not, for all of our precision weapons, we still manage to have a lot of civilian casualties and civilian targets, you know?
Yeah, I've noticed that. I noticed it back during the Iraq War, and I noticed it during Afghanistan as well.
Yeah. So what the theory is, I got this from Professor Jiang Zuquin. He says the theory is that the U.S. is no longer concerned with rules of engagement. And so rules of engagement were like international law, and a lot of rules of engagement were so that if we ever have prisoners of war, they wouldn't be tortured and abused and what have you. But I guess the theory is like we're never really going to have prisoners of war. When we do have American casualties, it's like soldiers get killed on accident or something. But we don't get prisoners and nobody fucks with our soldiers, or our casualty rate is so low that we can just like forget about dealing with rules of engagement. And so the purpose of our wars is not to take out just military targets and be whistle clean about what we're doing. It's to get results. And so the argument is if bombing a hospital or a girls' school gets results, then so be it. And I think this is distressing, and I think that is part of the new doctrine that's sort of emerging. And
that's what they tell us.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they tell it. Well,
they haven't like they've
in our chat, it says that's where the enemy hides is in schools and hospitals. That's what they tell us.
Well, that's
to
gay,
justify.
Yeah.
They do that to justify what they're bombing.
Right.
That's what they do.
I don't. That excuse like doesn't work for very. That's like saying there's like you could make the argument that there's really only like 6 terrorists in Gaza, and it's Huey, Dewey, Louie, Harry, Curly, and Mo, right? And they keep using human shields, and as a result, like all of Gaza is turned into a moonscape, and they never caught those 6 terrorists. So those guys are still at large. And it's like, oh, well, like you pounded fucking Gaza into dust, and you're still can't find those terrorists, huh? Like, so that human shield's like,
yeah, the human shield thing is lame. Yeah,
throwing at people. It's like, yeah, it's not real. it's not real.
Yeah, well, they tell that to all the troops too. I mean, that's what they did. I mean, what does Lebanon have anything to do with Gaza?
Right.
What did Syria have anything to do with anything other than to apparently ISIS one time was an enemy, right? Was ISIS an enemy? Yeah. Why are they now in control of Syria? Weren't there Christians living in Gaza? Isn't there Christians living in Lebanon?
Yeah.
Weren't there Christians living in Syria? Yeah. Why was an IDF soldier like bashing a statue of Christ?
Right. Why did they crucify Christians as part of the Holodomor?
Yeah.
You heard about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like, well, yeah. So, like, you've heard of the Holodomor? It was like the Ukraine genocide earlier.
Yeah.
And it was like Jews taking out Christians, and one of the things they did to fuck with them is to crucify them. And like, you don't hear Christians are still more concerned about whether or not you're being anti-Semitic than they are about Jews crucifying Christians. So yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, it seems like they're miscalibrated in what they're concerned about, but yeah, the whole human shields thing, I just think that's not viable. Plus, like, for example, the Ben Gurion airport in Israel, that is like that's like the civilian airport. Of course, the military airport is shared with the civilian airport, so it's like, okay, are they using the civilian airport as a human shield for their military airport, like for their military jets? You know, at what point, like, that's just how things are. Like, shit just gets fused together. I mean, you know, people are just kind of naturally within arm's length of some military base, you know? So, yeah. So you would think, though, because we put a lot of money and everything into like making sure all these weapons are so precise, and then if you're just gonna be like, fuck it, we don't give a shit how precise the weapons are anymore. We're going to take out a hospital or two.
You've heard the stories and conspiracy theories about Stargates, right? Like in Iraq, and in different places where we had conflicts, right? And there's a theory about Iran too, that they somehow used ground penetrating radar to detect strange anomalies underneath Iran.
Like they did underneath the pyramids in Egypt. How there's
yes.
anomalies.
Most recently, it was on Redacted. They had Dr. Michael Sala. You can take that with a grain of salt. No one really knows for sure. Like if this is true or not, I don't know. But according to him, they found strange anomalies of like ancient structures, possibly artifacts or something, but the description is unknown because ground penetrating radar doesn't show you exacts, right? It only shows you basically like that there are gaps in certain things that leave an anomalous sort of signature, right? But the idea is that like
a Zoroastrian Stargate.
Yes.
In
something like that,
Persia.
Or giants too. Weird giants. Like, yeah, the myths and legends of giants in the Middle East go. I mean, it's kind of a universal mythology with a lot of them. But yeah, they believe that like a lot of this stuff, whatever we're hearing right now, at least that what was discussed on that episode, was talking about like Stargates.
Well, did you want to put my picture up that's been staged in the
Oh,
This will
okay.
help straighten things out. Yeah.
All right, go for it.
So this is what Dr. Michael Salla isn't talking about yet, and you heard it first here on the ODM podcast. But the new devil number, as we are all concerned about the devil controlling this world, the new devil number for the Aquarian age is 9,999. It used to be the Freemasonic number of 33 1/3, which comes from like a third of the angels that fell from heaven, right? Somehow they got up to 2/3 with the 666. 2/3. But so next, what the devil is really going for is 3/3. 3/3. So 99.99 and 9/9. 3/3, which is 100%.
100%. 110%.
100, yeah. Right. So, yeah. That's what they're going to find in the Zoroastrian Stargate.
Indeed.
Underground, underneath Iran, with a ground penetrating radar. They're going to find inscribed 9,999.
Indeed.
And then the giants will just start like coming back to life, and they're going to crawl out of their caves. Matter of fact,
I mean, that's where it got weird, is that he was talking about like stasis chambers and the what is it, the crypt of Gilgamesh that was found, right? And that they were awakening these giants that were put into stasis, that had been asleep for 1,000 years.
Here's another theory that you're going to hear first on this podcast: is giants already exist, and Iran has been using giants to build those big ass fucking underground caves and shit where they're hiding all their missiles and stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Because I mean, how else would you do that without giants?
Yeah.
Right.
Who knows?
Right.
Who knows? Like,
we're ahead of Dr. Michael Salla right here.
yes, we are.
Way ahead. Giants are
Way
real
ahead.
and building underground bases in Iran, and their number is 9,999.
So do you have
It's all
do
happening. Yep.
you have a doomsday news scenario that
Well,
you'd
that's
like to
pretty
talk about?
doomy right there, man. Fucking giants at 9,999. What else? What else? Doomsday do we have?
I don't know. You tell me.
What's?
I can run the stinger.
You could run the stinger just to
Okay.
do it.
Welcome everybody to another edition of Doomsday News.
All right, we actually do have something for this segment.
Okay.
We'll talk about the tsunami in Japan.
Yes.
It was a little doomsday that could or could not, depending on how you look at it. But I guess there was an earthquake about 7.7 or 7.5. It hit off the northeastern coast of Japan, Sanriku, Awate. So because of its location and strength, Japan immediately issued tsunami warnings with initial prediction of waves up to 3 meters, which is 10 feet, which is pretty fucking high. That's taller than most people. So a tsunami did occur, but it was much smaller than feared. Observed wave heights were around 2.5 feet in places like Fuji Port. It is still dangerous, but not nearly a major disaster level. So because of that, the warnings were downgraded to advisories, and then the warnings were lifted, and no large-scale flooding or destruction happened. But there was a mass evacuation. Over 170,000 people were told to move to higher ground as a precaution. But, yep. So,
Well, they survived,
Please.
and it wasn't.
Yep.
It was
Imminent.
It was
Yes,
imminent.
indeed. Yes.
A little doomsday that couldn't.
Yes, indeed.
So Japan,
Indeed.
the commie won that round and protected Japan.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Well, I think we had a pretty good show despite some technological
Schmelting.
difficulties. And I
Yeah.
wanted to thank Swamp Dog and his lovely wife and Jahan for being here on our first show. We look forward to doing more shows and getting through some of these technical difficulties of this show as we adjust from this platform to a multi-faceted platform, being on StreamYard. But we're happy that you were able to enjoy this show with us today. And we look forward, we'll be back here next Saturday at 3 p.m. And we look forward to doing more shows in the future with you. And that's about it that I have to say for now. Do you have anything else you'd like to add? Or we have plugs too, you know that, right?
No,
we still have
plugs.
Yeah, hold on a
have
second
plugs.
here. Like we have some plug stuff here. Let's see here. Here we go. Let's do some plugs real quick.
Is this the plug music?
Yes.
Yes. I'm gonna plug Mojo the Mad's Suno.com music. It's fantastic. You can hear great hits like Cheesecake and Razor Blades, Eat My Balls, Biting Locusts, and other things. And actually the plan, I think, is we're gonna as we move forward into this world, is we're going to set up sort of the online goth night extravaganza where you can just rock out in your own living room with your own cheesecake and your own razor blades and have your own emotional moments with makeup and the lights off. Yes. And that will be the other online shenanigan that we'll be doing someday in the future.
Yeah.
With our AI music creations. What else would I like to plug? I forgot what I was gonna plug. I was gonna plug Pringles potato chips and those little fucking Starbucks espresso with cream cans, because in a pinch, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. What do you got, Mojo? What do you got to plug?
Well, I am Mojo the Mad. This has been my co-host, Dr. Clutch.
Yes.
I like to plug this show. You can still find us on Podbeam under all of our episodes that we had there for about 4 years. You can find us on Substack under, you can find me there under Mojo the Mad. You can
just
find
go to
me
ofdarkmatters.com
or ofdarkmatters.com, and you can find some of our past episodes there which became this current evolution here. You can find me on SoundCloud under Mojo the Mad and the Drama Llama Ding Dongs, my old band and old music and skits that I used to do. And you can also find me there under Please Stand By, which was the show that Dr. Clutch led and I was the co-host. Let's see here. I'd like to thank everybody that showed up here today, from Swamp Dog, the Lawless 88, to his lovely wife Tammy and Jahan. Yes, thank you both, all three of you, for showing up, and anyone else that's listening to this show post recording. And we look forward to doing more shows for you. Getting through technological difficulties, this show it's a bit getting used to, like, trying this new technology out and trying to figure it out. But I'm very happy that we were able to get through this show and do a 2-hour show for you. Yeah, this is show number 1, starting just fresh and new. Yeah. Let's see here. What else would I like to plug? I would like to plug that I'm really happy that the SPLC was exposed for just creating this illusion of right and left, and that we couldn't get along. Maybe as humans we can find some way to get along Maybe not. Maybe there are two people that are too far gone. I would like to hope not. You know, as someone myself that had been, you know, herded from both, you know, left brain to right brain and the politics that were all there together, you know, maybe this is kind of what we need, you know, maybe. But the real truth of it all is the only way that everyone is going to be able to wake up is, unfortunately, through hard times. And I hope that doesn't happen. I hope that, like, I'd like to plug like good times, but sometimes we have to go through the bad to get into the good, you know? Of course you would.
Yikes.
Swamp Dog would like to plug his wife. And of course that's going to happen. But I just want to say that, like, you know, it's been an honor to be here, and we look forward to doing more shows with you and trying to figure out the different platform stuff and our sounds. The show didn't go exactly like I wanted, but, like, you have to think outside the box sometimes.
Indeed.
So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and take us out with our outro music. I want to wish you all a good weekend and a happy week, and we'll see you back here next Saturday at 3 p.m.
Yes.
You have yourself a good night.
All of us here at the Of Dark Matters podcast would like to thank all of our listeners that tune in to us every Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for listening and good night. This has been a production of Mojo Mojito Production.